Gluing HDPE. It can be quite difficult to glue it. I have found that I've had some success with gluing longer sections of it with the Shelley's Nails construction adhesive. That's worked quite well on larger sections. Right, but the problem I have is these small bits. How do you glue these small bits? I have tried to glue it using the construction adhesive, but it is, since it's a very small area, it seems to break off. Okay, so well, I've done some searching on YouTube, and one little gentleman there, he heats up both ends of the HDPE, and he welds them together. And when I was at a garage sale, I found this. What is this? It's a clapper. No, it's a hairdryer. Anyway, so what I've done is I've taken the screw out, the hinge, and then we can lay it flat on the table. Then we can go. Then we can melt that end, and then we can melt that end. All we need is this bit here melted. Then we quickly go, and it should be melted. Alright, we'll give that a go. Okay, the setup what I have a square. It's here. I've got it clamped with the clamp on the table. So if I put the if I want something at 90 degrees, I'll put that down there, and I just bring the part down and set it, and that would be 90 degrees. Right. So the procedure is we turn on our heaters. They're getting hot. So what we need to do is we need to heat both this area and that area there. Shouldn't take relatively too long. Once they're turned on, they start melting. Go a bit of glassy looking stage. Then we take it off quickly, put it down and press it together. Basically what we're doing is we're welding it together. Press it and hold it until it starts to cool down. And that bond will be strong. Oh, look at that. Ah, just broke. Is that a flaw in my technique, or was it just a flaw? Try that again, eh? Just clean it off. So we can try it again. See, if you're using, if super glue actually stuck to this, it would create a bond that would be strong, yes, but it'd be weak. It'd be weak, like you could shatter it, and it would come apart. Whereas, if you do this right, you will actually weld it together, and it will be stronger, if not stronger than the normal. Be stronger than trying to glue it anyway. Alright. Temp number 2. Start off with that one first because that's the important one that we need. Then we put this down. Doesn't take long. Yeah. Oops. So for basically gluing these smaller sections, you would try and weld it. Just move the camera. Alright, so the idea is, if we do that, that should be a nice strong bond. Well, maybe I should try and get it lined up correctly. Isn't quite. We have a step here. I'll have to figure that out. But that should be a stronger bond. Well, we can rip that one off too with that. But that took a bit to pull that off. So that would be a good enough bond. Because if we were using polystyrene, you can still pull polystyrene off. I mean, if we were using polystyrene material and using the normal glue, we'd be able to break that apart. So this should be quite acceptable to use, and it would be a strong bond. Alright, so since it would be a strong bond and you could actually pull it apart, but in theory, if it was done right, you shouldn't be able to pull it apart. So is that part of my welding, or is it part of just, I don't know, unless there's an internal flaw with this piece. I don't know. Maybe I should try another end. Maybe I'll try the far end. See how that one works. Down and press. Alright. Try the far end. See what that's like. Melts. Quick, 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 quick. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Burny, burny. It does get quite hot, so you just need to watch yourself. You don't want to get 3rd-degree burns trying to make something. If people haven't been following, this is the frame of my TARDIS. We need to make a frame just like that. Then we can cut. Then on the outside of it, this side here, we'll cover it with styrene. Then we can paint it and make it look nice and pretty. Oh no. I don't think I'll play with it, but that is nice and solid. Well, solid enough for me. That's better than a glue bond. Yes, I like that. All we need to do is do that for all 4 corners, and we'll be good. Right. Just need to, ideally before you put it on the thing, you practice your gluing, your joining technique, because you don't want to be gluing it then trying to figure out, oh, which way is that? You know, practice which way you're going to do it. And we put it on, heater element. Because what happens is that each time you put it on, you are melting it and losing material. So basically your part is getting smaller. You want your part to be as large as possible, depending if you're using dimensions. If you're not using dimensions, then probably it doesn't really matter. But if you wanted to keep your dimensions, you got to try and add on extra dimensions. So you would call it your melt material. I'm liking that. Anyway, does that look straight? No, it doesn't quite, but when we put the next bit on, that'll be alright. And we can we will have to check that. Get our ruler out and we'll check the size up here and the size down here. Then we have to either cut or melt our little spacer to fit. Because you got to the only issue I'm going to get is trying to do this one in here. When I melt and join that one to there, what do we do with this end here? Can't necessarily melt that one and that one together. I have 2 plates. Maybe I might need a helping hand for that one. That there quickly and go bing. Anyway, I'll let you know my final outcome when I get there. Right, bye. Anyway, here we go. I've glued it. I've heated them together, welded them together, and that's pretty strong. So anyway, what you do is when you I was trying to chase a certain size. Trying to chase about 92 mil across here. 92, 93. It's not too bad. Well, anyway, so I cut this, put an insert in there. It's the first one, so it's all right. Once I know what I'm doing now, then all I'll do is when you want the size, what you do is you just add more material onto this bit here, because this will melt. So basically, you give yourself a melt tolerance of I reckon a millimetre would do. Millimetre, maybe 2 millimeters either. No, so that should be able to give you the right size you want. All right, so and I figured out how I was going to glue these on these bits here. Single one was easy. When you come to gluing the gluing this bit here, what I did is when that was off, just put it down, one on either, put the long bit down, face down, and put the U shape down on top. Once it got to the right temperature, quickly put it up and pressed it together, and now we have a firm frame. So I need 2 of those. There's the other corner bit. Well, anyway, so in my process of trying to get the right size, I've gone through all my my joiner pieces, so I have to make some more joiner pieces. Then we can continue making the frame of the TARDIS. Yeah, it'd be quite alright when it's done. So, yes. It's an interesting way to build a model. It's not quite the same as like building. It's building scale model, yes, but not necessarily using the polystyrene which we normally would use. But it's just another way of, I suppose, expressing yourself by using different sorts of material. Free is the best. So, well, no, it's just a different mindset on how to build using this HDPE. So, yes, that was one frame done. Yay! Now we need to make some more cross pieces. Then we will be done with our frame. Well, that part of the frame anyway. Then we can, once we get the other frame, then we can think about joining it together. Like that and like that. Pieces across there. Not sure yet, or maybe we'll leave one side open and we'll just do those two frame bits to those two frame bits. Then we have the top. But what I'm thinking is that what I'll do is with the base, this is the shopping bag material. Well, anyway, what we do is we'll have to make this thicker. I thought about actually making a frame, but think, well, that's just too much effort. And since the material is free, just make some more, melt some more bags, then we make it thicker, and all we do is then we stick her down on top. That'll be fun. If you really wanted to, you can screw and tap this stuff. It's that hard. You could do that. Yes, be interesting to do that, but we're not going to do that. You could ideally, if you wanted to, you could drill and screw and tap the base from the drill up from the bottom into the frame here. You could put it on a like a little corner piece in the inside here. Then when you just like that, and you can screw and tap from the bottom up through into there. That is an acceptable way of securing it to the base. But we will see. I think what I'll do is, it's either we might try and do a melt of the base like that and like that at the same time. That'll be interesting. Then we take it off, then we go glue, 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 glue. So weld. Well, anyway, so but we're not there yet. So that's the update. Alright, so I'll catch you next time.